really difficult.
Guess it's time.
Our map lineup, Terraform, Coda, and Echo.
All right, Terraform, Coda, Echo. I mean, Terraform, I think, is if herO can win that, he can absolutely take this.
Well, let's see. The game is now loading up. We have 5 best-of-3s tonight. 4 of the best players in the world. Only 2 move on to the round of 8. We're going to start things off with herO against Maru on the map Terraform. Again, the winner goes to the winners match, the losers goes to the losers. But this is going to be the beginning of the beat. We're going to get to see how things unfold here. And by the end of tonight, we will have our next 2 survivors here in the GSL Codex.
핫식스 GSL 시즌 3.
In the bottom right, in the red, he is
CJ Entus herO.
in the upper left, our only Terran here today.
JinAir 그린닝스 Maru.
Sometimes that helps people. Sometimes it hinders them. People are going to get to see, like, if he has to play 3 sets, he could play up to 9 TVPs tonight. That's a possibility. And
you know, it's funny
by game 9, I think they got you kind of mapped out what you're doing. But you're right. He doesn't rely on tricks or anything like that.
Yeah, he's not as gimmicky of a player as you know. There's so many other players out there where you see, oh, okay, he's you know,
there's
he's really going to go for. He's got this blink timing this game, or you know, he's going to proxy this building this time around. You know, and he doesn't have a full tool set. All the way from 852 Terran for life. Now, when we say 852, are we referring to like a?
It's probably like an area code.
Area code, right?
I would guess so.
Must be. 852 represent.
603 in the house.
I was actually. Did you know that group 303?
Yeah.
That was when I went to school in Colorado. That was where.
I can tell actually. Yeah, that makes sense. That music and.
Yeah, man.
And you and where you went to school. Yeah, it all lines up.
Yeah, man, that was my area code when I was in what was yours? In
603.
A lot of 603 up in New Hampshire.
The whole state.
Represent. Really?
Yeah. Don't need anything else, man. There's not that many phones.
Yeah, I was a 913 when I was in Kansas. That was represent. All right, so we have the cybernetic score coming here. This map is an interesting one. I'm really curious to see what Protoss is going to tech to after that core is done, since this map is shaped in such a kind of odd way.
You know, this map, like, the reason why I said at the beginning that I feel like if herO can win this map against Maru, then he's pretty good to go. Well, kind of what I meant by that is that this is a good map for Maru because of how easy it is to drop in that main base. Because look how far away the third is. Like, if you're defending the third against something, your main is super duper wide open. Also, and you have to be way out of position.
If you note, herO already cognizant of that, actually putting pylons here on the perimeter of his base.
And not just that, he went double gas before his Nexus.
Yeah.
And in fact, even Twilight at this point. So he's definitely getting a little bit frisky here.
A little bit frisky?
Yeah.
I've never heard you reflect anybody's play style is
in the middle of this sentence, I decided not to use one of the words I normally use.
Yeah, that's good.
Like if I was a Paul, I'd have called that cheeky for sure, but this is a little bit frisky.
It's a little bit frisky.
Yeah.
All right.
You know about it. You have a cat.
Yeah, man. She gets a little bit frisky.
Tell me this isn't a build she would do.
Oh, my gosh. Fuzzins would for sure be doing this.
Oh, that's cute.
But Fuzzin's much more of a grinder on the ladder than one to win a best of 5. So
look at this body block right there. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, kind of getting up in front there. And he's going straight for DTs. And I got to say, if you had to say somebody who's going to go DTs, I would have guessed SOS, but I guess it's herO this time around.
I think that this map he probably looks at and says, okay, I'm at a disadvantage against Maru. If There's like the next 2 maps are going to be easier maps for him to play a longer game on.
Sure.
I think this is the map that you take the risk on. And again, if he can win this, I feel very good about him beating Maru overall because he's going to have Coda and Echo to try it on.
Oh my God! He needs to get that like now.
You know what I don't like about DT openings? When they see you go to gas, they're already like, okay, is it Oracle? And missile turrets are pretty good against both. You know?
Oracles and DTs.
But so far, no missile turrets, no engineering bay.
I'm sorry, where's the hidden pylon?
It's right up above this area. Right above the natural.
You mean below the natural?
Above. Like, the natural base of Maru, there's a ledge above it that you can put a pylon on.
Oh.
There was actually a game that we saw.
I see now.
Who was it? A solid Terran player lost to exactly this. This is like, look at this. He gets right in. Going to be hard to see that. Still no engineering bay on the way. He's going to have to use scans.
Okay, so 1 scan goes down. We don't have any more DTs warped in. This is one of the problems when you... Okay, we have a second DT warped in.
If he got out of there, that would be so insane.
Oh, did you notice he actually walled in at the top above that?
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cute.
Really smart play by Maru there.
I think that's actually an engineering baby put up there. And this one should go down to the Widow Mine.
All right, well, that is 3 scans. He had those 3 scans.
So Hero, you see herO's face just there? Big sigh as he lost those.
Well, now he's like, well, I guess your economy is just better than mine. He had the 3 scans. If he was missing one of those scans, then hero's ahead here. Who'd have thought that Maru, sitting here with 2 command centers, would have 3 scans ready for those 3 DTs?
Right now, herO looks like an insect, and Maru is the Venus flytrap back there. Those DTs just coming out, getting eaten up.
Well, you wait till SOS, the flamethrower, comes in later.
Yeah.
Venus flytraps are pretty good against flies, but you know what's good against them, Tastes? Flamethrowers. Their natural enemy. Why do you think they don't run the world? Because we have flamethrowers.
That's right. That's how we beat the Venus flytraps way back about 8,000 years ago. Well, not even going to kill that Marauder. And a lot of those Stalkers getting pretty bruised here. This may be a bopping.
Yeah, it could be. When you go Dark Templar tech, in against Terran or against Zerg, and it doesn't do anything, you're in some trouble unless it's late game and you've already kind of got an army composition because you're giving up so much of your tech, so much of your time to get those units out. He spent a hell of a lot of money. Each Dark Templar, 125 gas. The Dark Shrine, 250. That's a ton of money. He could have a Colossus out right now easily with some sentries, but instead he's kind of chilling, trying to buy some time with these Stalkers.
The Observer's going to come out here and monitor any movement in and out of the base. Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Again.
You see that
herO,
in his little head?
Yeah, herO definitely not happy with how this is going so far.
Yeah.
Coming in here and seeing that production is going very cleanly here for Maru. Yeah, one problem is when you go for DTs, your Observers are later, so Widow Mines do a lot more damage. You also just have less of them at a normal phase of the game because you caught them later. Now, if he actually gets this before... Okay, he canceled it. I was going to say, if he got that before he could cancel it, that would be huge.
I mean, even forcing the cancel there is really nice.
Someone asked me a while back, I think it was in a stream chat, that someone's asking me why were people able to go DTs more in Brood War and not so much in StarCraft 2?
Oh, yeah.
And because in Brood War, there were no mules. You could get a scanner, which would do the same thing we're seeing the scans do now, but you didn't have to.
Yeah, and you wouldn't get it early.
You didn't really want to because it didn't help you as much. So
unless you really thought they were going for this, particularly for Dark Templars, you wouldn't want to get it. Also, they share the same structure as High Templars.
Exactly. So it was sort of...
and also Terran was a lot weaker.
Oh, that sounds like my Artosis right there. So basically, it was just not as viable of a build. And we've seen these DT builds used occasionally here. And sometimes they work only because they're so unexpected. But if you stop a DT build in StarCraft 2 and doesn't do anything, I mean, you're pretty screwed, man.
Yeah, you are. Look at him right now. 92 supply against 125. That's pretty tough. And his third base can be way slower. Had to cancel it multiple times here.
This game's not going to go out with much of a big bang here. I think it's just going to be Maru has more units and basically kills herO.
Yeah.
I don't see Maru missing any beat anywhere on the map.
Certainly not. This is going to be tough for herO to really do anything in this game, but we'll see. He's making a lot of stalkers here, so he's kind of like going all in on his micro. But I don't know if micro can do too much against this many Marauders coming in. Marauders!
Well, you know, he actually took so long to kill that.
Yeah, that did take a while. That's good micro.
Much longer than I thought against his Marauders.
Well, I mean, he did pick one off, though, and as long as Maru gets to kill off some Colossus, like, there's been plenty of games where it even looks like he's behind from the early game, but he's picking off Colossus. I would say that he's actually still in great shape right now. Like, I really see him winning this game.
Well, I mean, you see that even when all this is said and done, 97 supply to 140. And, you know, the drops, I think the drops are going to be the bigger problem. You know, when you have the Colossus defense, even if you can't get a good surround, you can definitely attack them out of position. And so now we see this Colossus, they're going to be pulled down here. There's another little army up here at the upper right that wants to hit that third base.
This is what I was talking about. You're just so out of position with the huge droppable main base. You can't easily defend the third and the main at the same time. Here, he's split his army pretty well, so he hasn't taken like too much damage from that, but I mean, he just lost his Twilight and his Dark Shrine, and those are some expensive buildings. He still needs that Twilight for upgrades and for charge.
Yeah.
And now he can't make DTs, which makes Maru feel even more at ease.
Yeah, exactly. 3 more barracks coming down here right at the third base location. I wouldn't be surprised if Maru eventually takes a 4th coming up here. He's got like a lot of freedom to kind of do whatever at this point in time. Now, herO has been defending some of these attacks, but he can't even really get out of his base.
Well, right now, Maru just kind of poking and prodding all over the place, picking off those fringe pylons. Looks like he's getting ready for another big draw. herO, who's about to be down 0 to 1.
Yeah.
Trying to zone as best he can with his units, but this is really tough because when Maru pulls his whole army together, it'll kill half the army. And look at this, this is a huge drop in the main base.
Yeah, and if you notice just the area that this army covers right now, I think after they take out the Nexus, they might be able to dive on top of this army for Protoss.
Yeah, it looks like he's just going to stand and fight. He has so many Marauders here.
Yeah, even if he loses this fight, it's more of a trade in reality.
Yeah. I mean, he kills the Nexus, and the minerals were not all gone there.
Yeah, definitely a very annoying moment.
Maru is just gaining advantages all over the place right now. Like, I think herO, for him, the best he can do here is really try to hit a max supply and then win.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to, like, you're completely right, turtle up and just keep hanging on until he is maxed out, and then probably get a bunch of, oh, wow.
All right, he decides to just go all in, pulling the bots.
Pulling the bots.
Pulling the bots. There you go. That's really good. I like that. But yeah, I mean, if he does it, he's going to be down upgrades and everything. That's a lot of Colossus, so that's pretty cool. If he can fight Maru's army in a choke, he absolutely can kill it because there aren't Vikings. But
yeah, Maru might be attacking with too much with the drop. I mean, let's see. This can be a little bit weird. There's a reason why he's pulled the probes like this, because there are moments where occasionally turns like, what? And just loses.
Yeah. The probes, well, I guess probes actually are just sitting in the middle of the map. But anyways, he's going to go ahead and attack. He's going to be able to pick something off here.
You know what he might be doing with the probes in the middle of the map? He actually might want to try to make it the gold base. After you take out the other base and go into the main.
Yeah, he might have realized that, okay, Maru has enough out of the map. We can do a base trade scenario.
Whoa,
okay,
right click much, buddy?
That's bad. I guess it's time to make a Viking. He just lost like every... Oh my god, that's so brutal. Walking over all those Widow Mines, losing just about his entire army here. His Observer's just not in the right place. He had a chance until that. You know, it was in these base trade scenarios, you have a chance, but
you need to have those
now.
Stalkers alive. Now, he does have some of his army still moving around. It's kind of funny. It's a little bit more difficult to figure out who's got how much of what here. I think, though, that should be it. He gets these deals. There it is, GG. Okay.
Well,
I like what happened at the end there. I think that's a smart move there from herO to like try something crazy to throw the rhythm of the game off, but he had to execute it with complete perfection, and it looks like herO got a little bit distracted back there and fell apart. Now this is a cool shot here. It's SOS, one of the other players in the group, going in and talking to Maru, because obviously as these two guys are teammates, they both want to get out of this group. That's the ideal situation.
Of course.
And if you just now join us, the coach actually said, as a joke, if both these guys get knocked out today, they're walking home. So